All right, welcome to episode 40.
Ooh, we cracked the 40 barrier.
Yeah, the big one.
Wow.
The big one.
That's how old I am.
Yep.
Well, I think I've used that line before.
You've used that every single episode. And we've already determined that was the age of your beard.
That's right.
So, welcome to Band Fights. I'm Itty, and I'm joined by...
Warts.
And...
Jim.
Making his triumphant return back after a long absence, Lord Potter is back in the saddle. And it's funny that I'd say back in the saddle because that alludes to this matchup. But before we get into that, let's go over how the whole Band Fights thing works. We take each band's top 5 on Spotify. We match up song 1 versus song 1, song 2 versus song 2, and so on for 5 songs. Our panelists will then pick the best song in each matchup to determine the point. The first band to amass 3 points will be declared the winner and move on in the tournament. We will provide links to the songs in the description of the YouTube video. We have also set up Spotify playlists so you can play along at home. Simply search for Idiot on Spotify. Click the profile and then access the playlist for the episode you are listening to. You can then switch back and forth seamlessly between the two programs, and you will be listening to the exact same versions that we did when we made our decisions. Don't forget, visit www.bandfights.com for past matchups and other bracket information. So for today's matchup, this is a Bracket H matchup. Bracket H, we've had the Bosses through, Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty's through, CCR is through, and the big guys, Black Sabbath.
Wow, this is
eked
a tough
their way
bracket.
through. So, and this matchup, I alluded to it at the end of the last episode. This one scared me when I saw it on paper because this is one of the all-time greats, Aerosmith taking on the rival Sons. Jimmy, what do you think about this matchup?
It's two totally different bands.
Yeah, I mean, different era. Like they're stylistically, they're
almost different centuries, really.
Yeah, yeah, you got that right. Yeah, Rival Sons, they're a newer band.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them, but
I know their stuff. Their stuff is great. You'll like it. Like it. If anything, you could say they're influenced by Aerosmith. Like they got that blues rock sound to them. Yeah, they're awesome, and yeah, Aerosmith. They'll have some vulnerabilities because I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. I love Aerosmith. They're one of my, top. They're in my top 5 for sure. But yeah, they have some songs that I just don't like that are very, very popular.
Well, they got a lot of songs in the '80s that nobody liked.
Yeah. yeah. So, Greg, what about you? What do you think of this?
I think this comes down to whether we're getting like 60s and 70s Aerosmith or 80s and 90s, and are we getting Cry Amaze Crazy? Because if we get those songs, yeah, they might be in trouble. Vulnerability.
Exactly. So yeah.
Once again, we will blame Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify
definitely. This is whatever happens if Aerosmith does get eliminated, and they might not. Like they could get through this round for sure. But Rival Sons are a good band. This could be real close. So all right, well let's get right into it.
And you picked like the top ones that are on Spotify right now, like as of
yesterday.
this
I made
week
the
or whatever.
list.
Okay,
Yep. Yeah. I try to do it the day before we tape. So.
Okay, so there's not a lot of us who are going to the good Aerosmith songs. It's all the
younger
generation that's on it, building up these false numbers of what is good and what isn't good.
Let's be honest. Let's get canceled. It's chicks listening to ballads, and it ruins everything.
Yeah. But you need that in the rock world, though, right?
Yeah, I guess. I guess you want chicks that come to your shows and stuff, but
it's a big thing. No chicks, no dudes. No dudes, no money.
Unless it's a Rush.
Unless you're Rush.
Rush is, yeah.
Famously just dudes, and dudes don't care because Rush is awesome. But anyway, let's get into it. First song for Rival Son, it's going to be Do Your Worst, and for Aerosmith, Dream On.
Ooh.
Song 1, that's a tough matchup. That's a tough choice. You know what? I'm going to bat lead off on this. I said I was a huge Aerosmith fan. Dream On's a great song, but I really love that Rival Son song. Do Your Worst, that's a great song. Yeah, it's awesome, and not a vote against Dream On, but that I like that song that much. It's fresh to me. Like Dream On, of course, it's off their first album. Heard it 800 million times. It's a great song, but yeah, Do Your Worst gets my vote.
Wow.
Jimmy, you can go next.
Well, Rival Sons, they are great. They're good. Do Your Worst, good song. I liked it. Reminds me of a couple other bands around, right? You know, but Aerosmith Dream On, it was original. There wasn't anything like Aerosmith at that time. Dream On was a huge song then. It's still a huge song now. I vote Dream On.
Wow.
It's,
all right.
It's still fresh.
It is a great song.
It's just solid.
Yeah.
And it's lasted 50 years almost.
Yeah.
Right? Borderline 50 years.
You know, man, we're old.
Well, it came out before I was born, so that's all I know.
Man, I'm old. I think it came out a little bit before I was born, but not much.
Not much?
Not much. Okay, Warts, you get to choose who lives and
I'll
dies
break this
here.
tie.
Break the tie.
I will send one band on to fame and stardom. No.
Yep.
So let's see. I really enjoyed Dream On. I really enjoyed Do Your Worst. Do Your Worst is like kind of I like that grungy kind of bluesy song. It's got a catchy chorus there. I thought after I heard Do Your Worst, I'm going to vote for this. Is pretty good. But then I heard Dream On, and I'm like, this is just a classic. Just the and it's not like what you typically. Obviously, it's a very famous song. But if you thought Aerosmith, they have maybe you think more classic rocky kind of song, and that's more of like a ballady song, but. It's just I like it. I like the way Steven Tyler sings in it. It's kind of different than other stuff that they do. I like the simple but kind of cool guitar riff in there, and I'm going to vote for Dream On.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. Well, Aerosmith draws first blood in this matchup, so take a split decision, but they're up 1-0. So we're going to move on to song number 2. It looks like Rival Sons have already won this one, but for Rival Sons, it's Pressure and Time, and for Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, from the awful Armageddon movie.
That movie was awesome. Come on, man.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it is. It's like asteroids coming to kill the Earth. What can go wrong?
Song 2 in the books now. This one
wake up from that nap.
Yeah, not quite as tough as the first one. Warrants, you could start us up.
I wouldn't have mind missing that.
Yeah.
You know, Pressure and Time. This is a good song. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of wasted on the Aerosmith song.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Pressure and Time definitely took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the riff, the beat. It's
it's a good song. This is when Aerosmith gets into their I don't know what you want to call it. You can't blame them.
You can.
I can. You can.
Yeah.
What do you call this? The sellout phase, or
it's the I'm coming out of a toxic coma phase.
Yeah.
And I need more money.
That's right.
Yeah.
They burned all their money up their nose, and they had to
make something that's gonna make money.
Boy. So I'm gonna vote for Pressure and Time.
Jimmy.
Pressure and Time. It's like the pressure of the ground and the coal, and it's making the diamond, and it just crushed. Nice. I don't want to miss a thing. It did. It's
okay. Well, I'm a huge Aerosmith fan, so I'm going to vote for I Don't Want to Miss a Thing because it was a great hit.
No, you're not.
I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news.
No, I'm not. It's
You are fake news.
Yeah, I am fake news on that one.
You just woke.
I
You just woke.
I don't want to miss a thing is the worst thing in human history. No, it is. It's the worst thing in human history.
Now you're
It's
exaggerating.
no, it isn't. It's I could see if you're a shit band and you make that trying to. You're Aerosmith. You've already got a huge, awesome back catalog. You're one of the greatest rock bands ever, and then you lay that turd. That is a turd. It should be. I don't want to miss the toilet. And
Yeah,
you
but-
did because you shit on the floor.
But his daughter got to be in the movie,
Oh.
and there was
that-
asteroids. and
that
and
movie's
then
terrible.
then
That movie's terrible too.
It's a great movie.
Oh, I don't know. Did you ever see Ben Affleck talking to Michael Bay was the director, and he's like, "Why are they sending miners up to an asteroid? Why don't you just send like a bunch of physicists and you're
Did
telling
you
me
watch
you're
the
telling
movie?
me."
There's a reason why they couldn't.
Yeah, you need to watch it again. This is
But
based on the science.
But the best is he's talking the science.
based on the science.
Trust the science.
He's talking to Michael Bay. He's like, "Why don't you're telling me that an astronaut can fly a rocket ship, but they can't figure out how to use a drill?" And Michael Bay just goes, "Shut the fuck up. Stop talking to me." Kicked him out of his trailer.
Oh, boy.
But
Good Hollywood.
yeah, somebody should have said that to Steven Tyler when he suggested singing that song because it's terrible. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment. And if you listen to that song on purpose, I'm talking to you Spotify users. If you listen to that on purpose, you know what? Go lick a doorknob, give yourself COVID, because that's it.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's right.
Those are very harsh words.
Well, you know what? I gotta speak truth. I gotta speak truth to power.
Oh wow, we're getting
Well,
canceled.
it's also a great song. I don't want to miss a thing for a slow dance in grade 7,
Yes.
grade 8. Right?
remember?
No, there's Stairway to
Top of
Heaven
the
for
field,
that.
you know.
There's Stairway to Heaven for that. It's a
And
longer
November
song.
Rain. November
And
Rain.
November Rain,
Yeah.
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 So, yeah. So Aerosmith gets stomped on this one deservedly. This matchup now tied 1-1. Rival Sons.
See
You
what's
voted
next.
for I don't miss a thing.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, I
No,
thought you
nobody voted for that.
'Kay,
Nobody in human history. If the 5 members of Aerosmith were here, they would vote for Rival Sons. If they were being honest.
It would.
So we move on to song number 3.
Let me guess, it's crazy.
Song number 3 for Rival Sons is going to be
Oh.
Shooting
Oh, there
Stars.
you go.
And for Aerosmith,
Ooh.
Walk This Way.
There we go.
All right, we got a tied score. Let's see who's going to jump out in front. Shooting Stars, Walk This Way. Jimmy, you can go first on this one.
I really like Shooting Stars. It's
It's like a gospel song almost.
it's got that Southern blues
Gospel.
revival, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
You can see it being
it is,
sung
it's really
in the
good.
church.
It's actually a very hard decision between the two because Walk This Way, it's got that whole strut to it, eh? It's got that
It's technically
You know,
a great song. Like
it's just so good, right?
Yeah.
It's just a great riff. It's just put together so well. Yeah, shit, eh? It's a very hard one. I'm gonna throw one to Rival Sons because I like them. They're new. I like the sound, the feel. Walk This Way. It's a classic, timeless. But I'm shooting with Shooting Stars.
Oh, all right, Wirtz.
Well, Shooting Star. I like the other 2 Rival songs a little bit better. I did enjoy that song. Walk This Way, although I like the Run DMC version a little bit better, especially when they like crash through the wall.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
actually I like that version better too.
Music video is the best.
Yep.
But that riff is awesome, and I'm gonna vote for Walk This Way. I'll let you be the tiebreaker on this one.
Ooh, this is a tough one because Walk This Way. I mean, technically, it's a great song. It's got the great riff. I mean, you break that song down into its components, and every member of Aerosmith is awesome.
The
in
beat's
that.
great too.
The beat,
right?
like
the beat is
Joey Kramer's drumming on that song is awesome. Rival Sons, I really enjoyed that song. Like when it started, I'm like, this doesn't really have the pace that I'm gonna
Yeah,
gravitate to. But
it picks
yeah,
up.
like Jimmy was saying, like just but the feel of that song it's It's infectious.
Mhm.
It's more infectious than COVID. It's awesome. The Delta variant even. It's the Delta variant of songs.
Really?
Delta Blues variant.
Oh, I like that. So, but that being so, I still don't. I'm talking, but I still don't know I'm voting.
Keep stalling.
I
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
gonna
snare in Shooting Star as well.
Yeah.
The snare sounds really good. I like
Yeah.
While Walk This Way, though, you got the good kick drum. I love the kick drum there. It's the
Walk This Way.
dun, dun, dun.
All right, I'm gonna.
So good.
I'm gonna throw my vote to Walk This Way, even though that song's technically it's awesome. It's never been one of my favorite Aerosmith songs. Like I was saying to Jimmy, it's on the Toys in the Attic album, and it's probably my least favorite song on that entire album. Like, which is saying something because that album's great front to back. Oh
really,
yeah,
yeah. Least favorite.
Yeah. Oh, Toys in the Attic, Sweet
Yeah, no,
Emotion, like
No, Sweet Emotion.
Adam's
there,
Apple, Uncle Salty.
I'm surprised Sweet Emotion's not on here.
Huh?
Well, who
Two
knows
more.
what's
So
coming
far,
up? Who
yeah.
knows what's coming up? Yeah.
So far, so yeah, so I'm gonna vote for Walk This Way, even though this was very close, a very close vote. So yeah, Aerosmith's jumping out. They won this song 2-1, and they're ahead overall 2-1.
Yep.
So let's see if Rival Sons can take this to overtime. So for song 4, it's going to be
You got
Keep
that
On
all screwed
Swinging
up.
for Rival Songs, or Rival Sons, not Rival Songs. Rival Sons. And for Aerosmith, the awesome song off Eat the Rich, Crazy. All right, can Rival Sons send this into overtime?
No.
I'm going to go first because they are going to, because if you guys vote for Crazy, you're off.
Crazy
the
is
show.
worse
Crazy.
than I Don't Want to Miss
Yeah.
a Thing.
Yeah, it's
think it is.
Crazy's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's awful. It's the worst song on that album, and that includes Crying and Amazing.
Cry Amazing Crazy.
Crazy. So
Oh
Keep
my
On
gosh.
Swinging is a great song. Like we were saying, the Rival Sons songs, the great thing about that band is a lot of newer bands, they seem to fall in the trap where they have a hit song and then everything sounds the same. The Rival Sons songs, they're all distinct, like they're all different.
Yep.
And I really dig them. So Rival Sons gets my vote. Jimmy?
Well, Rival Sons, they are extremely good band. I love them. I didn't realize it was them when I came here tonight, but you hear their songs, and you just want more.
Yeah.
You do. You want to hear more of them.
Yeah.
They've got a great sound, especially for this day and age. This day and age, it's all garbage. It's been garbage for 2 decades now.
Yeah.
All this rock, all this, people think that, what's the Nickelback? Nickelback's the worst band in the world. Oh, my God.
Oh, we have to have.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chad just sucks. But these guys sound like the record company, like the
Arkells, you were
or
saying.
the Arkells, the Truth. It's just
Black
a great
Keys.
Black Keys, yeah. It's just great stuff, and they're talented. It's not fake.
Yeah.
They're not
overproduced at all.
no, exactly.
It sounds like it's live off the floor. It's
It's
raw.
a
and
great
it's-
sound, yeah.
Yeah, they got
So-
a great sound.
Aerosmith, great, Crazy, It
No.
made them money. It was good for them, not good for me. So I vote for Rival Sons.
It's not good for their chances in this tournament.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I'll
Keep some scoring on Crazy.
finish off with a sweep for
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
On Swinging. Yeah, Crazy. I don't know. Like, I guess somebody likes that kind of stuff. It's not terrible. It's bad when you think of all the other stuff that Aerosmith has done and what they can do.
It's filler.
And you're kind of like, yeah, it's filler. Like they let you down. It's like, okay.
Like that album was massive. I remember when it came out, and there's great songs on that album.
Yeah.
Like Eat the Rich is a great song.
That's a
Living
good
on the
song.
Edge is a
Living
good
on the
song.
Edge is a good song, yeah.
Even Fever's a decent song. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely better than Crazy.
Mhm.
definitely better than Crying or Amazing's better than the other two. The other two they're almost like the same song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even I don't know if you remember the videos, but the videos were almost the exact
Are
same.
they all driving in a car? It's Liv Tyler driving in a car, right?
Liv Tyler and Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just they were both exactly the same video. So, this is well deserved.
Yeah.
This one's going to overtime. Rival Sons, they got a shot at knocking off one of the all-time greats.
Ooh,
But this is going to be tough. I'm going to enjoy this. Yeah, so for Rival Sons, it's Too Bad. And for Aerosmith, Sweet Emotion.
Wish you had a better speaker, though.
Here we are in overtime. We've got Rival Sons, Aerosmith. Warts, you can go first.
All right. Too Bad started off really good. I really liked that riff. Kind of lost me in the chorus. It was a strong song, but Sweet Emotion is just an awesome song. From the beginning, how it starts slow with that little kind of bass line coming in, then he's playing that. What's the thing called? The guitar where you put that tube
Voice
in your
box?
mouth and is it voice box?
Talk box.
Talk box, yeah.
Talk box, yeah.
And then it just goes into that great riff throughout. So I gotta vote for Sweet Emotion. That's just a classic, great Aerosmith song.
Yeah, I'll go next. The Rival Sons song was great, but Sweet Emotion it's just too good.
It's great.
It's so like of the 5 Aerosmith songs that we've heard tonight, that one's heads and shoulders above.
Sweet
average.
Emotion is one of their best songs.
Yeah, it's one of their best songs. It deserves to be in the top 5 for Aerosmith, other than all the others. Maybe Dream On, but definitely the other 3 I wouldn't put in there. But
the intro to Sweet Emotion is one of my favorite intros.
The bass line.
It's just so trippy, you know.
Yeah.
It's a nice flow, eh?
Unfortunately for Rival Sons, they kind of remind me of like Greta Van Fleet, where they just don't have enough to take off a legend.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, Sweet Emotion for me. Jimmy?
Well, it's too bad for Rival Sons because Sweet Emotion takes the cake.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah,
sweet and simple.
So Aerosmith survives. Rival Sons is great though. It's unfortunate. I would love to have gotten them through to the next round so we could listen to those songs again. See, maybe they release another album. They're a young band. They could still be hitting their peak, right?
Oh no, they got a long time to go.
Yeah, so who knows? But Aerosmith sends them packing, but just barely. So this is a great matchup though. Aerosmith, like I said, I'm a huge fan. I have all their albums. I've had them for 30 years.
You're old.
I am old. If I was picking the top 5, I mean, those first 5 albums, you pick 5 random songs, put them in there, and I'm voting for them. Unfortunately, once Joe Perry came back to the band, they wrote Angel and Permanent Vacation. That was a big hit, and then ever since then they've included ballads in every album, and they suck. Like, I hate their ballads. Their ballads are
the chicks like them.
The chicks always like Aerosmith though. Like Steven Tyler's always been
they like the lips or something. I don't got the lips. So.
Yeah, you look at him, he's like an ugly guy, but then I don't know.
So is Mick Jagger.
He's got that Mick Jagger thing going. But what do you think of this matchup?
Chicks like him. What's that?
What do you think this whole matchup like?
2 great bands, different bands, right?
Yeah.
It's the way that this game's played. I wouldn't have put those 2 against each other, but that's the way that it is, right?
Yeah, well, it is random, so it's like I said, Rival Sons could knock off a lot of bands that got through, but Aerosmith's a legend.
Yeah, so I mean that's what you see, right? You see some of these bigger bands that have this, even when they have weak songs, they've still got those 2 or 3 songs that'll just like crush most other songs.
That made them, and it lasts the test of time, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like last week when I did Deep Purple. It's like those songs are just so far superior to, and bands like The Who, like they're just so good.
You know what is the big difference? The drugs.
The
right? It is the drugs and the amount and everything to do with the partying
And-
phase. What gives you that sound?
And that era too, like bands just they threw out albums like constantly.
Because
Like
they
you-
were awake the whole time. They couldn't sleep. What else are they gonna do?
I don't know if it was studio time was cheap, but they just, you know, you see bands back in like the 70s and the late 60s, they're just 2 albums a year or 3 albums every 2 years. It's just like you put out that much content. And
They had to though, because they made the money back then off the albums,
Right.
Not off, and you toured to push the album, so
Right.
people would buy the album. Now it's the opposite way. You have to tour to make your money because
Yeah.
you're not making any money from the
Yeah, you're
the album because it's on the web for free,
yeah,
right?
Spotify's paying you 0.0001 cents for every
Yeah.
time somebody listens to it.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, yeah, that's. I guess we'll bring this episode to a close. That was a great
That's it.
matchup.
So the
though.
moral of the story is better drugs, better music.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. I'm sure Rival.
Just
Drug-
kidding, kids.
Don't try that at home.
But hey, facts don't lie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Trust the
it's-
science.
it's been scientifically proven.
That's right. Better drugs, better music.
Better drugs, better music. So, all right, well, let's bring this episode to a close. So don't forget to
Smash that like button.
don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, tell all your friends, go to church on Sunday, put it in your church missive when the priest reads it. Go to Band Fights,
Yep.
check us out.
Pray every time.
And pray to God, pray to Aerosmith. So, yeah, I guess you got anything else to add?
Nope.
No.
This was a good. It was a good show.
All
It was
right.
close, right down to the end.
Yep. So, if you're a big fan of Rival Sons and you want to send some death threats and hate mail, that's what YouTube comments exist for. So yeah, next week we got. This was more of a. They're in the same genre, Aerosmith, Rival Sons.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Next week it's like
Yeah, it's night and day.
it's night and day.
What's next?
Next week we've got Godsmack
Ooh, nice. I like Godsmack.
taking on the Pretenders.
Pretend they got some good stuff.
They
right?
do.
It's a total different thing.
But they are
Interesting.
If there's the spectrum, they're on opposite ends for sure. So yeah, don't forget to check us out next week on Band Fights.